Hello folks, welcome to OTD, also known as On the Deck, where you can get all the sports you need in 10 minutes. My name is Adam Orduna, this is my mom Gina.
He's a journalist.
She's the enthusiast.
I'm enthusiastic because it's my baby's birthday today.
Yeah, it is. Yay. Birthday boy today.
That is on your favorite day of the week?
Yes, on Thursday.
Throwback Thursday.
Yes, I'll just say a quick story about that. I brought it up last week. It is Happy Throwback Thursday and my birthday, but Thursday, the reason why it is my favorite day of the week is because it dates back to high school. Back in the day, because games are played on Fridays generally, and so high school football, and over the last probably 15 years or so, college games have been played on Thursdays, and so usually Thursdays are your walkthrough, your shorter practices, your easier practices, and so you're not in full pads, you're kind of in your shorts and your shirt or your jersey and helmet, and so or half rack, if you will. And so it's a shorter practice, and then you get to go home early, and then you got a big meal. You got a big meal. You watch the college football, and then you're thinking about the game anyway. Thursdays during the football season are basically Fridays because Friday you're all locked in on the game. So it's kind of a pre-Friday, if you will. So
I see what you're doing.
Thursdays have always been my favorite day of the week for that reason, and so I'm really happy to be having my birthday on Thursday. So Mom's wearing the vintage Power Rangers shirt as the big box office movie that just came out last weekend.
And I'm only wearing it for you because when you were a baby you had Mickey Mouse in your room, but you went from Mickey Mouse to Power Rangers.
I evolved to Power Rangers.
And you had a Power Ranger room for a long
time.
Hey man,
everyone knows if you grew up in the 90s, Power Rangers were the hit, and so therefore I love Power Rangers. And if you know who I am, I love Spider-Man.
And then you evolved to Spider-Man.
Yes, Nate Yosin, another big Spider-Man fan up there from our Fremont days, and so. So we're Throwback Thursday on our t-shirts.
And happy birthday Thursday.
Yes, we're really excited to bring you the show today. Thank you for everyone that's been showing me some love on Facebook and Twitter and on YouTube. It's going to be a fun birthday weekend. So let's get started today. We've got Boneheads of the Week as the title says today. We've got Boneheads. We haven't done one in a while, so we've got 4 of them. And as you guys know, we'll talk about them and then we'll rank them at the end. And we'll let you kind of give your own comments if you'd like to on Facebook as well.
And boneheads are people in or associated with sports who do something really stupid.
Correct, exactly.
Knuckleheads,
right, exactly.
All right, why don't you list them off?
Okay, so this is no particular order to start out. This is just the people that are on the list. We've got LeBron James with his flopping the other night against the San Antonio Spurs. We've got LaVar Ball, as we all know from the last couple months. He is Lonzo Ball's father, and he's been in the headlines every day, it seems like. And then we have the Florida softball coach, the head softball coach for Florida, and the incident that he got himself into the other day at the end of their game. And then we have, what's the last one?
Oh, it's the NFL moving the Raiders.
Oh, that's right. We did a full episode the other day once we found out the breaking news with the NFL moving the Raiders to Las Vegas. And so...
But I believe this is going to be the first of many Boneheads where we talk about something related to the Raiders going to Vegas.
It's unbelievable right now with what's going on. So, okay.
You take one, I'll take one,
all right, so... I'll go with LeBron. Let's talk about LeBron here quickly.
Oh, my gosh.
So they're playing San Antonio, in San Antonio, and we all know that's kind of the kryptonite for LeBron James, Coach Popovich, and the Spurs. And it is true. They're well coached, and they know how to win, and they're a professional organization. But when it comes to LeBron specifically and the Spurs, he just has a really tough time. Ray Allen had to save him in that last championship when he was with the Heat.
Yeah.
But anyways, long story short, David Lee was going up for a rebound. LeBron was underneath the basket. David Lee gave him like a brush elbow there on the base of his neck or the base of his shoulders, basically. LeBron grabs it after it happened, then took 2 steps, walked to the half-court line, and then decided, I'm done here. And fell on the ground for 5 minutes and rolled around, got taken back to the locker room. It was embarrassing. They were getting blown out. He didn't want to be there. His teammates quit on him. He quit on the team. All of that was going on. And so it's just a classic LeBron
it's a classic.
Show.
Oh, coach, my heel hurts.
Yeah, exactly.
On my thumb. I have a hangnail.
It's like when you're in a track meet and you're getting blown away, so you just pull a hammy and just, I'm out.
I'm right in the 200. I come off the curb and know I'm behind it. Oh.
Right.
You get the hop going.
Yeah. So exactly. All right. So go ahead.
I'll jump in. Well, as Adam talked about, the Florida coach, Tim Walton, he was in a battle with Auburn. I don't remember who won because that's not really at this point important.
Right.
When in softball, they still go through the line and do the good game,
yes,
you're patting each other like that. Well, the Auburn player's name is Haley Fagan, and she had some history with the Florida coach through her older sisters, and she wasn't happy with him. So when she good games, high fives all the girls, but when she gets to the Florida coaches, she puts her hand down. Well, this grown man is going to go ahead with his hand up and shove her in the shoulder. I mean, come on, man. You can't hit a girl.
Yeah.
Period. My sons know better.
Yeah.
As an adult, we know better. As adults, even if this was a female softball coach, you don't hit another player, period.
Right.
He goes ahead with his hand and shoves her shoulder enough that her shoulder went back. Now, I'm going to give it to Haley. She turned around. He shoved her. She shoved him right in the back and jumped in his face, and it got all ugly after that. But I'm sorry, Mr. Walton, boys don't hit girls.
And more importantly, men don't hit women. You don't touch females. You don't put your hands on women.
And adults don't hit
Exactly.
kids.
You're the coach. She's the player. You leave it alone. Even if she does say something snarky to you, you just keep moving forward.
Absolutely. So you know how many kids that said snarky stuff to me?
Oh, my gosh. You hear it all the time.
I'm a female coach. I used to beat the men coaches all the time. Little boys would go through the line and say terrible things to me.
It's true. Because
and I just keep it going.
Them. Yeah. All right. So let's move on to LaVar Ball. This is a guy that has been in the headlines for a multitude of different things. But really, he's just the father of Lonzo Ball, who's the freshman phenom for UCLA. He's got two other sons, LiAngelo and LaMelo. They're also basketball players. One of them's committed to UCLA, and the other one probably will be committed to UCLA as well. But LaVar is the headline. We haven't really done one on him because today is the real day we can talk about him, but we're not going to say all the stuff that he's done. But he was in the head. Did we already do one with him and Charles Barkley?
Yeah, when he was going after Barkley.
My goodness. Well, okay, anyway, long story short, this guy now came out with the statement in the USA Today newspaper, and the story came out from the Chino Hills head coach that LaVar took the high school team after the during the state championship in California in the hotel that they were staying at. He gathered all the guys together and basically just said, hey, I'm the one that coaches you guys. I'm the one that got you guys here. I run Chino Hills. I run UCLA, and I'm getting ready to take over the NBA. And this was true. This came out. And so it's just one of those situations. He's on the Bonehead list because this is exactly who this man is. Everyone was trying to give him the Dad of the Year award, and he's this great father and things like that. Yeah, he may provide for his kids, and he, gives them a home and things like that, and he's trying to better their lives. But at the end of the day, this man is on a whole nother planet, and so he said a lot of other outlandish things about being better than MJ and all this other stuff. It's just unbelievable. But anyways, he gets on the list because of all of his antics.
And then the last thing on the list, the NFL. I promise you will stay on the Bonehead list because we know this week they've decided the owners voted to move the team from Oakland, the Raiders from Oakland to Las Vegas. This is going to be the first of many stories.
Oh,
you got the owner of the Bunny Ranch, which is a very famous brothel because prostitution is legal in Nevada and it's rampant in Las Vegas.
Yes.
And he said he's now going to add on to his Bunny Ranch and build a Raiders-themed brothel. I don't know if it's going to just be a new wing or just a new building.
Right.
But anyone associated with the Raiders gets to come in and get half-price prostitutes when they come in there.
No.
Half off at the Bunny Ranch. Thank
good.
you, NFL. We know how much you love and respect women and how much the NFL cares about women. You're going to move a franchise to a place that's going to offer half off to sleep with women who are selling their bodies.
No.
Good luck. Great job.
That's how you want to advertise your brand right there.
There's your family-friendly brand right there. And before somebody tells me you can't blame the NFL for that, you knew exactly what you were doing. There were reasons there weren't pro teams in Vegas for a reason.
Yep.
And it's exactly like this. this bonehead who owns the Bunny Ranch is now going to create a pirate-themed Raiders West Wing
or something, yeah.
And then give discounts. These are huge. I can't. Woo,
it's
Jesus.
bad, yeah.
Let me stop. I can't even go into how bad that is.
It's really bad.
How bad that is.
Yeah.
And no matter what happens, sorry.
Yeah.
The NFL, this is an implied endorsement by you. You've brought your product there with your name on it, and people are slapping their sinfulness onto NFL franchises. This is what you just
taking
just
advantage of what's going on there. That's
absolutely
that's
no
true.
pun intended.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo, help us, Lord.
All right,
we gotta
well,
rank them.
yeah, let's go ahead and rank them. Do you want to go first?
I will.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Sure.
And this time, LeBron is at the bottom of my list. Normally, LeBron hits the top.
Yeah.
But that flop, as bad as it was, I actually don't blame him, because when the Spurs outrun you, it's time to just get off the floor.
Yeah.
And so LeBron's my fourth one.
Yeah.
LaVar, you said he's on a different planet. It's called Planet Step and Fetch.
And
if you want to look that up, then you'll know what I'm talking about. He's number 3 just because I'm sick of him, and hopefully this is the end, because his boys lost the state championship.
Yes.
LaVar or what's the boy's name?
Well, which one are you talking about?
Lonzo couldn't win the Pac-12 and got bounced into the Sweet 16. So hopefully this is the end of LaVar. So he's number 2 for me, and number 1, it's 1 and 1A for me, because these are both equally bad, and they involve the degradation or violence or the disrespect of women. The Florida coach, Tim Walton, really should be the number 1 bonehead, so he is number 1. You don't put your hands on anybody. You're an adult. That's one of the players. You're a man. She's a woman. Shame on you.
Yeah.
But then I got to give 1A to the NFL. What were you thinking was going to happen when you put your brand into Sin City? The Bunny Ranch is offering half prices to have intercourse with women who are selling their bodies.
Yeah.
That it's beyond me. I don't even have the word disgusting. Doesn't even cover it. I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah.
And I'm flabbergasted that nobody else but us seems to think this is a bad idea.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I like the idea of the 1 and 1A. I definitely am going to have to go with LeVar Ball actually being the number 1, because we all thought this was funny at first, but now it's over. His son didn't deliver in the college rankings like he was supposed to. He claimed that Steph Curry was not as good as his son, or his son wasn't better than Steph Curry. Well, Steph Curry averaged 30 points in the tournament and got his team to Elite 8 with a lesser roster than what is going on there at UCLA. So that's all the way nullified. So I hope that's done. The reason why LeBron gets number 3 for me is just because maybe it did hurt, and his pride was done, and so it's like, hey, you know what? He should have just sat out anyway. But I do like the 1A and the 1 and 1A aspect of the Boneheads. I'm gonna go with that too, because the Florida coach, you're a grown man. If someone says something to you, you got to be above that. You're the head coach of a college team. Don't let that get to you. And on top of that, you can't put your hands on a woman. That's just out of bounds, out of line, and I think the coach should be suspended for that, to be quite honest. I know he issued an apology statement, but to me, that's not good enough.
Your daddy would be down there looking for him.
That's not a good look at all. And then, obviously, the Raiders moving to LA or to Los Angeles. Las Vegas, excuse me. I was hoping they would have went to Los Angeles instead of the Chargers. But anyways, going to Las Vegas, there's so much corruption. There's just too much going on there, too much badness.
How about half off at the Bunny Ranch?
Half off at the Bunny Ranch. That guy needs to be questioned as well. But anyways, that's just ridiculous. So we just want to say thank you for tuning in and viewing us on Facebook Live. It is my birthday, so I'm really excited, and happy Thursday, Throwback Thursday. I'm going to be celebrating all weekend, so if you see me out and about, say what's up. So we want to say we appreciate your time, and we'll see you next time, folks.